World trade is estimated at around $17 trillion annually, with over 90% of all traded goods transported by sea. For traded companies, the banks that finance them and the shipping industry, the regulatory landscape has never been more complex. Our reporter went to find out how Polestar and their alliance partner Dow Jones are helping companies manage these risks.
"90% of world trade travels by sea. Maritime regulatory technologies have become essential. As a tech company rooted in the maritime industry, Polestar's vision is to create a world where all maritime trade is safe and compliant."
You have this vast amount of transactions that need to be verified. Transactions that people are buying or selling goods, and they need to have this ability to know where they are, what they're doing, are they doing what they're supposed to be doing. What we are now is essentially a leading innovator of technology for maritime, mainly linked to all the trade activity that exists globally. We put together billions of pieces of information, aggregate them in such a form that enables proper decision making to take place while having the compliance, regulatory, anti-money laundering compliance, have those in place and they're being fulfilled. And essentially what we're doing is we're making the whole process safer, more transparent and more verifiable.
World trade, the banks that finance it and the shipping industry that supports it are being increasingly targeted by regulators globally. It's never been more vital for business to ensure that they can keep pace with the ever-changing sanctions and regulatory landscape and comply.
One of the important things about regulatory technologies, I think, in today's age is that when you look at what banks, trading companies and others face in these sectors, it's becoming mission critical now to automate process where you can. Good technology should make things faster, simpler, easier and recordable, and that's primarily what Purple Drac does. It automates, streamlines a very complex compliance process in terms of the vital link between goods, imports and exports, which total around $17 trillion a year.
Polestar's innovative RegTech system collects valuable compliance data for vessel screening and tracking. This data is now used to more proactively address financial crime. Financial crime is now a huge global issue, which brings us here to this city. The financial industry and tech companies are now joining forces, and the partnership between Polestar and Dow Jones is the perfect example of this.
Dow Jones' core strength is high-quality, trusted data to help solve our customers' compliance needs. And Polestar is one of the standout technology companies that's leveraging that data. So this gives us confidence that the collaboration we're working on is going to set a new standard for safeguarding against criminality in maritime trade.
The finance industry recognises the importance of safeguarding against crime in maritime trade.
The reasons for this are threefold. There's the massive human and societal impact of this problem: money laundering, terrorist financing, human trafficking and other sorts of crime. Secondly, there's the financial cost of being fined if you transgress. And thirdly, there's the reputational damage, which is typically around 9 times the cost of any financial sanction imposed.
The partnership between Polestar and Dow Jones isn't the only important one being forged. International defence think tank RUSI also relies on the help of its innovative tracking systems for its new initiative, Project Sandstone.
It's designed to track North Korea's networks, map them, and track the ships behind those networks. So North Korea has a lot of illicit shipping, and we're trying to design mechanisms to track those ships and map the networks behind them.
So what next for Polestar?
I think the vision for the company is to be an integral part of maritime activities, and in particular trade. It's almost like being a small part of the gearbox of trade. But an integral part, because if one part goes, nothing moves.